All right, here we go with number 4. Okay, number 4. A skier leaves the horizontal end of a ramp with a velocity of 25 meters per second E. That E in the box stands for east, and lands 70 meters from the base of a ramp. How high is the end of the ramp from the ground? All right, so let me make my variable list here. X, Y. Start as usual with 0 meters per second squared in the x direction and negative 9.8 meters per second squared in the y direction. I know a couple of other pieces. It tells me east. That velocity was east. That means, right, remember, never eat soggy waffles. That means entirely horizontally in my orthogonal axes. So my Vx is 25 meters per second, and my initial velocity in the y direction is 0. So that east, again, when it says east and only east, means directly horizontally, or in the positive x direction. Let's see what else I know. I know that it lands 70 meters from the base. That's going to be my delta x. And I want to know how high the end of the ramp is from the ground. So I want to know how high, again, a delta y. To figure out delta y, I'm actually going to do sort of the reverse of problem 3, where I figure out time using the x direction components and then plug t in to find y. So ultimately, I am going to be using my delta y equals VIT plus 1/2 AT squared equation, but I don't have all of these parts. It's true I can go ahead and get rid of this because VI is 0. I have A, but I don't have T or delta Y. So since T can be the go-between, T is in both the X and Y components, I'm going to solve for T to figure out how to get delta Y. So let's do that first. To figure out delta T, I can use delta X equals Vx times T. Again, T and delta T are interchangeable. So 70 meters is my delta X. My Vx is 25 times T. I'm going to divide both sides by 25. And I get 2.8. Couldn't read my own handwriting, seconds using my calculator. So I have T equals 2.8 seconds. Now let's plug that into my delta Y equals 1/2 AT squared. I haven't written the VIT part this time because I already know it's going to be 0. But if that confuses you, back up, redo it. Don't skip steps if it's going to confuse you, okay? VIT plus 1/2 AT squared. Delta Y is what I'm solving for. I know that this is 0, so if I hadn't written it, that would be okay. But that term is not going to matter. So then 1/2 times negative 9.8 times my newly found time of 2.8 seconds. That 2.8, remember, needs to be squared. That gives me a delta Y of, using my calculator with some rounding, negative 38.42 meters. Again, just like number 1, don't panic if you get a negative. For delta Y, that means that it has traveled in the negative direction 38.42 meters. Or it ended up 38.42 meters below where it started. So this tells me that the ramp is actually positive 38.42 meters tall.